Yeah, this is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes. We ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it. But at the end of the day, this will be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game that was made to players at every angle that you could think of. That's why you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look at our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to
What's up, everybody? We are live, and I'm so excited to be here on this fantastic Thursday afternoon. We got some fantastic news for you guys. Taylor Moton got paid! He got the bags! Let's go! Man, I don't know about y'all, but we just solidified this line. I'm beyond happy right now. You know, and it's beyond time. It's beyond time, guys. You know, we've been trying to get this guy signed and extended like all year long. And it finally happened. It finally happened. Man, give credit to Mr. Tepper and Scott Fitterer making this happen. Dude, with the new lineman that we just got in free agency and the draft, we're looking real strong right now. I'm looking real happy as a Panthers fan, and you should be too. Because if we can keep these guys healthy, happy, and on that field, there is nothing that we can't accomplish on that offense this year. Nothing. I truly believe that. I'm not going to say that I'm totally on board 100% with Sam Darnold, but I trust the rest of that offense. I'll tell you that much. You know, Sam Darnold's been impressing me lately, though. With the videos that people have been sharing, you know, and sending around, it's been interesting. But you know, I'm not going to say I'm 100% sold on him, though. Not till I see him in training camp. Then I'll know for sure. And I do want to go ahead and say that I will be at Fan Day on the 20th. 20th is when they start selling the tickets. August 6th is Fan Day. I will be at Fan Day. Guarantee that. I don't know where I'm going to be sitting at, but I will try to get you guys a video. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I don't know how strict these guys are about that. You know, I really felt like I was lucky to get that one video. Because of how Bank of America is about stuff like that. So I'm going to look into that and I'll let you guys know. But as far as I know, training camp videos, you can shoot them and put them out. Until the league says you can't, I'm going to keep doing it. You know, for the people that can't be there and can't make it, you know, and of course you want my opinions and, you know, names, numbers, whatever I can give you guys during training camp. The first week is going to be kind of, I'm learning the roster, you know, the new roster and everything. So just bear with me with the names and numbers. plus the jersey number changes, that's going to be a little bit hairy as far as trying to learn some of these. I think we only had like what, 2 jersey number changes on the team. I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong about that. Let me know who they were, because I know one of the wide receivers was one of them. And there may have been a defensive player as well. I'm not sure, but hey, Taylor Moton, the big boy on the offensive line, locking it down. That's why we were in the middle of the order last year. That's exactly why. I don't even have to guess why we were in the middle of the order last year in the rankings. Taylor Moton just locked down the whole right side. You watch him on film. There is no doubt this man has earned his paycheck. Now, as far as how much we're paying him, that's debatable. But the length of time, absolutely, I got no problem with 4 years. Got no problem with that. If we can keep him healthy for at least 2 of those years, we can, if he gets hurt and we feel like it would be helpful to us money-wise, we could trade him at that point. But, 4 years, I've got no problem with that at all. That makes me happy. So, that being said, we do have a lot of news going on this year in the off season, and the biggest news right now, and again, I want to make this public. I'm going to make a public video of it, official video announcing it, is the Fantasy Football League for Yahoo, for the channel. I definitely encourage people to check that out. And, we're going to have 11 spots open for that. The top 3 winners, not including myself, will get signed booklets from training camp. That means if you can't be there, if you live out of state, if you, for some reason, were not able to make any of those training camp days, and you would like a signed booklet, or maybe it's players that you didn't get signed on your booklet, or maybe you just want to add it to your collection. Top 3 winners get those signed booklets. Real excited to finally be able to do this and open this up for you guys, because honestly, you guys saw the ring. I'm good at this fantasy football stuff, man, and I want to share the wealth. I really, really do. This isn't about me, though. This is about you. This is about all the people in this channel that have stuck around, that have been loyal, that are family, and I want to give back. And I think this is a great way to start doing that with this channel. And, I will try my very best to get the names and numbers of the people that sign. I can't promise anything, but each one of those booklets will come with a letter from me thanking you for participating, signed by me, and as many names and numbers that signed as I could get. But you guys know that I go to about 6 training camp days a year. You never know who's going to sign it. It's going to be random. I can't guarantee Jeremy Chin. I can't guarantee Brian Burns. I can't guarantee anybody. But I can tell you that out of the ones that usually sign, I usually get at least 2 defensive players a year, probably 1 wide receiver a year. Um, it all depends on who sticks around. After training camp practices are over. We're talking like 8:30 in the morning, so it's going to be blistering hot. You're looking at 92 degrees. Get that sunscreen. Get that Gatorade going. Gatorades are $1 at Walmart. Um, Highly encourage you to get those. To keep yourself hydrated because this summer heat is no joke at training camp. If you've never been and you don't use sunscreen and you don't hydrate yourself, you're in for a bad time. I can tell you that because I have done this enough times now. This is what the third year I've been actually recording video for the channel while I've been up there, but I've gone up to training camp about 5 years total, not including the one that COVID restricted us from. So that one doesn't count as far as I know. Let's see. Okay, I was gonna check and see if there were any more subs. Nope. 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 All right. Let's go ahead and switch it over to the website in just a second here. Gotta make sure I pull it up. Because let's see, fan day tickets go on sale on the 20th. Make sure you get those. We covered that. So that's 5 days from now. Make sure you take advantage of that before they're gone. Because I'm telling you, after COVID, those tickets come at a premium, guys. I don't know how many people are going to be actually attending, but it's probably going to be a ton. Almost what it was when I shot that video in 19. I believe it was 19. Either 19 or 20. All right, so we are going to look at the website here. One moment. And do keep in mind that okay, is this not fully upgraded to the screen? Forgive me, guys. I'm actually using Streamlabs, and I usually don't do that, but let me see what the stream is seeing right now. Because I gotta make sure. Okay. I don't know why that's overlapping right now, but it shouldn't be. One moment, guys. Let me fix that. Okay, that's what we should be seeing right now. Okay, cool. I think we fixed it. Guys. Right. So is it capturing what I'm actually doing? No, it isn't. Okay, that sucks. Um, tell you what, I'll just read off what I found and we'll go from there. So we're looking at a guaranteed $13.754 million deal for 4 years. That's a lot of money. Um, so the 26-year-old Moton has been one of the most consistent players on the roster in recent years. He started every game in the last 3 seasons, playing every snap last year, and was only called for one penalty. One penalty, ladies and gents. That's crazy. He only missed 6 snaps in 2019. Only 6. And the Panthers need that kind of stability. Yes, we do. You aren't kidding, man. Then here's here's where they start talking about left tackle because I want to bring this up. This is important. Because we have the whole Tyler Christensen thing going on. Um, so we'll jump into this. He's taken some snaps in the spring at left tackle, but he's obviously more comfortable on the right side, where he's played most of his career. Till they get a look in camp at the multiple options on the left, the easy thing to do is to leave him on the right and know he'll play it well. I want to repeat that line to you guys because I think you guys missed that. Until they get a look at in camp at the multiple options on the left. Keyword multiple options because we drafted a bunch. The easy thing to do is to leave him on the right and know he'll play it well. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Finally, somebody that understands this offensive line. Ugh. God, you would not believe how many journalists don't understand it that I've been reading articles about. It's aggravating. It honestly is. The Panthers made a point of bringing in multiple young players to a line that needs help. And now those players have the kind and steady mentor they need as the team tries to build a line for the future. They actually called him a steady mentor. Huh. We haven't had that since, what, Greg Little? It's been a minute, guys. It has. Panthers made a, you know, here's the third offensive lineman the Panthers have franchise tagged in franchise history. And both left tackle Jordan Gross and center Ryan Khalil went on to sign long-term deals with the team. Boom! And Moton just did the same thing today. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Because if you think about it, Ryan Khalil was the absolute anchor of this defense. This offensive line, I mean. Ryan Khalil was the absolute anchor of the offensive line in his time. He was signal calling. He was doing everything that he needed to do to make that offensive line successful. If there's any better mentor out there on an offensive line, please show me because I'm hard pressed to find one. I'm honestly hard pressed to find one, guys. And Jordan Gross, that one speaks for itself. That one honestly speaks for itself. I love Jordan Gross, and I believe he was in a few of these training camp videos or interviews recently during the COVID year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did one. Y'all correct me on that one because I could be wrong, but dude, Jordan Gross was an absolute anchor on our offensive line. Absolute. He earned every penny of that money that he was paid. And now Moton joins him. He joins them both. This is a very, very historical day in Panthers history right here. To see Moton join those two. And I know the focus hasn't been on the offensive line, that much in our history of our team, and in the sport in general. But if you look at it, the offensive line is halfway responsible for all of the offensive success. It's a totally underrated area of the game, and I find this to be extremely exciting. Of course, I really, really miss Ryan Khalil. I miss Jordan Gross. Absolute legends of this team, and hope they're doing well in retirement. But man, that's crazy to see this happen. So getting back to the left tackle issue, you got Tyler Christensen, and I've talked about this on the Facebook live streams, but now I'm going to talk about it on the YouTube live streams because I want people to really understand the dynamics of this issue and why it's so important. I mean, it's vitally important. You look at the left tackle position over the last, since 2015, this has been the most vital position on this team to date. And it's the reason we lost the Super Bowl as well. I've said that multiple times, and I'll say it again. Because, you got all these conspiracy theorists out there that think, oh, the game was thrown. You can have your theories, and I'll have mine. Because I'll tell you what, I know for a fact Rimmers was awful in that Super Bowl. But let's not get carried away into those bad memories, though. Let's focus on this year. Tyler Christensen. Now, my question is, if you're going to shift him over to a guard position, why draft him as a tackle? Why draft him as a tackle in general? If you're going to shift him over to the right side, you don't need to do that. There's no point in doing that. And here's my other thing. Because there were so many guards that got passed over before Tyler Christensen. There were so many. So many good ones. And, you can't even make a solid case as far as, oh, he should have been drafted as a guard. No, not buying it. Not buying it. He should have been drafted as a tackle, but even so, he got overlooked at tackle position as well. I personally felt there were two other ones that were on my list that I would prefer us to get before him that we traded down and missed out on. But hey, no complaints. We got the number 3 man. I'm happy. We got our left tackle. I'm happy. Now, that's not specifically where they said he would play, but, you know, you got to think after training camp's over, that's probably where he's going to end up. And I hate to break it to people, but that's where it's going to end up. You know, we're realists here, and with this team, point blank, man, when it comes down to the offensive line, I'm deadly serious about what I want to see to happen. Because if we don't get this right, we're looking at yet another year of quarterbacks on the IR, quarterbacks out for the year, or even mismanaged and traded out of Carolina. You know, I don't want to see that happen again. Let's break this cycle. It's time to break the cycle. It honestly is. It's been beyond time. We should have fixed this in 2016. And again, I hate to break it to people, but I was the first one to actually mention that there was an issue with the offensive line in 2015. And everyone ignored me. So I was like, oh, okay, your funeral. Your trophy. You can either win it or lose it. But I saw that problem with Rimmers back in week 4 or 5, and I pointed it out. I've got an eye for this stuff, folks. And if I see it in training camp again, I'm not going to be thrilled. I'm going to start cracking down on this. And I'm going to start pointing this stuff out. Whether people want to hear it or not in management. You're going to need to hear it eventually. This has got to be fixed. And this is what? The third quarterback we're bringing in here now. Besides, I want to say Will Grier, maybe. Name one quarterback that we've had healthy since the Super Bowl. Name one. Not including Sam Darnold. I bet you no one can come up with one besides Will Grier. That's the offensive line. That's because we didn't fix it. And we finally started addressing it this year, and I could not be more thrilled. We got new owner, new GM, new coaches. Year 2 of the Matt Rule experience here. Can he fix it? Is he going to be the one to break the mold and finally fix it? Because we all know Ron Rivera just kept making excuses and lying to us. So we got to change face here. We're in the new era now. Can Matt Rule do it? Can he pull it off? We'll see. Defensively, I don't know that Coach Snow is the right man for the job of defensive coordinator, but I will say this. We've had worse ones. But he's one of the better ones, I think, right now. He doesn't necessarily know how to use the tools that we have yet to fully get the most out of them, the players. It's second year in the NFL for him. Give him time. I'm not in a rush to kick him out the door just yet, but I'm not going to say that he's the best man for the job, though. So, it's really in the eye of the beholder. A lot of people have pointed out the weaknesses of our defense last year, but At the same time, think about how good they were in certain areas. You know, it was obvious which ones we weren't good in. But did you pay attention to the ones we were good in? That's what I want to point out to people. Because, you know, first let me point out what we weren't good in. Then you'll get an idea of what we were good in. Because whatever's left on that board is what we were actually okay in. All right. The first two are obvious: corner, pass rushing. We weren't doing very well with that. And defensive tackle as well. We weren't doing well there either. Linebacker was average. You know, it had its ups and downs, but, the rest of it is where we did well. Jeremy Chin. And I got to tell you, Jeremy Chin is a godsend for this defense. He's a godsend. You look at how many issues we've had over the years with defense, he's a godsend. And I'll be the first one to tell you that this has not been the easiest road to travel down to try to get players that we need, money wise. But Jeremy Chin has far and surpassed everything that we expected. And we're barely paying the man right now. Once his contracts are up, he's going to be asking for some money. Ooh, he's going to be asking for that bling bling. He's going to want that bag. And we better pay the man. We better pay the man, or we are going to be losing out on yet another great player. I am so tired of watching this team be a farm system for good players. I'm so tired of it. I don't know about you, but I am. It's time to change it. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, that we put this team back on the map. And Jeremy Chin and Brian Burns are going to help us do that. I give credit to Burns last year, but the reason I say that we had trouble with pass rushing is look at our sack count. How many sacks did we get last year? Somebody tell me. Anybody? It was not very high. Granted, Brian Burns was even in there too. Granted, Obata, who I'm wearing the jersey of right now, was getting the closest to him. And Shaq was getting back there too. But, how many sacks did we actually record? That's the question I've got for everybody. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. We can look back and say that this has been a interesting ride so far this offseason. And I would agree with you. Um, first look at the regular season. We could have 8 wins. We could have 10 wins. Or if we have a bunch of injuries, we're looking at 6 or 7 wins. I don't know about you, but this is not looking promising. Yeah, I really wish that I really wish that we had a chance to push in certain areas, but because of those injuries, we can't really expand like we want to. And that happens every year. So until we start really figuring out how we're going to stop the injuries and prevent them, if at all possible, then it's going to be tough to make real solid progress, and build depth like we want, like we had in 15. And I'm a little concerned about that because half of those injuries came from football related injuries, and there's nothing you can do about that. The other half are preventable, and I feel like, you know, do you guys remember back in the last year of Ron Rivera being here as head coach? We started implementing like some kind of a health plan or something like that, some sort of training plan, and I don't remember getting the full details on that, but I would have liked to know, you know, where that was going because and what the results of that were. Because if that works, and we can expand on that, maybe, just maybe, we might come out of this with a lot less injured players than we did last year. You know, maybe one or two, even just one or two major injuries, less this year could be the difference between 8 wins and 10 wins. You know, Christian McCaffrey, that's one of them. You know, we can't have him injured. We can't have Jeremy Chin injured. We can't have Brian Burns injured. We can't have anybody that's a major factor on the offensive line, especially Taylor Moton injured, or we're in trouble. You know, that's going to be the difference between 8 and 10 wins. Point blank, I'm saying it right now because it's happened again and again and again since 2015. Don't believe me? Look it up. So, with that in mind, you really want to try to work on these health plans, try to work on training, preparation is going to be key. I don't think we're going to be able to implement all of what we want to do this year with that because of COVID, and we're just coming out of COVID, and the restrictions are being lifted. So I don't know how you want to approach that, especially thought process wise. Apologies on the yawn. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But you if you can fix some of these injuries, everything else will follow. Everything else will follow. And really though, it's going to depend on that whether we get 8 wins or 10. I just want to quickly shout out some subs. Christensen, thank you for the sub. Druism the Third, thank you for the sub. Bless Ale, thank you for the sub. James Aaron, thank you for the sub. Chef Thomas Dickerson, thank you for the sub. Connor Plays Madden, thank you for the sub. Jay Ackler, thank you for the sub. The Moving Pencil, thank you for the sub. Isaac Livermore, thank you for the sub. And Oshula Jones, thank you for the sub. Those are the most recent ones that I see on my feed right now. But thank you to all the subs out there right now that have stuck around and have really made this channel grow and succeed as much as it has. I'm very, very excited to have everybody here. And when I first started, I didn't think that it would ever get this far. Point blank, I didn't think it would ever get this far. You guys are incredible. And I love the Panthers fan base so much. I've met a few of you. I've talked to a few of you in person. I've networked a few of you to this channel, and I have to say, it's a real blessing to be able to do what I do and to honor Sam Mills' legacy with this channel name. Yeah, it really is such a blessing. You have no idea. As a fan, I could not be more excited to continue this channel and the work that we're doing. And I'm very thankful that COVID did not slow us down. Alright, so with that in mind, let's see what people are saying about this new contract in the fan pages, shall we? Oh, here's a good post. This comes from Stella Chastain in the Carolina Panthers den. She retweeted or reposted a tweet from Jeremy Ego from the Carolina Huddle, talking to the Carolina Huddle, saying if Luke Kuechly contacted the Panthers and asked to come back as defensive coordinator, your reaction would be in gifs. Oh, I love that. Oh, absolutely. I would fully embrace it. I would fully embrace it, ladies and gents. And we got a about time 100% claps reaction from Stella on the Taylor Moton signing. So that's awesome, dude. Oh, wow. That's an awesome reaction right there. Today was a good day, just like the song goes. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, here's that JC Horn video. And that was really interesting. Where he was going up against the Miami Dolphins guy. I forget what his name is. But the shake and bake moves. And you can see JC Horn's hips just never move. His waist never moves. And it's incredible. That's the sign of a future lockdown corner right there. So relieved, thank God we were keeping Taylor Moton. There's a video of Brian Burns just absolutely bullying somebody right now. In a video, Well, I shouldn't say bullying, but just doing what he does. And he is so fast. Dude, he's so fast. Just that spin move and those feet. He- I can see how everybody has trouble with him. I really, really can. That's wow, dude. Sam Darnold with the Panthers teammate. Mm. And the thing I was most interested to see was like the chemistry with Sam Darnold and Robbie Anderson. When those two got back together, it was like peanut butter and jelly. It was like perfect. It was perfect because those two just worked together so well, and I can see why we sprung for him. I realistically I wanted Matthew Stafford, but we did make a decent offer at him. We should have thrown a player into that mix, but you know, um, nobody could have predicted the Rams being who they are and just throwing everything in the kitchen sink into that. I mean, that was kind of ridiculous. Okay, NFL.com breaks down JC Horn's best attributes. Here we go. Let's see what this is. You got my attention now. Okay. While it's difficult to project how any prospect will perform in the NFL, we do know that Horn has some traits that will serve him well in the pros. His ability to press, play physical, and use his ball skills to be able to help as he attempts to cover the murderer's row of wide receivers around the NFC South. Not including Julio Jones anymore. You'll see some of his best attributes highlighted. Okay. So there's a video of him doing press man. Okay. And he gets in front of that ball and knocks it down. This is against Auburn, when he's a South Carolina Gamecock. But he jumps right in front of him. There's the ball skills. He's physical. Ooh. And he can tackle. Man, I like that. I like that one. I'm gonna have to share that tweet right there. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to put that on the page for people to see. That was quite crazy right there. Um, oh, it's wanting me to share it email wise. Nah, no, no. Let me go on Twitter and share it from there. Let's see. Share tweet via email or something like that. Hold up. Copy link to the tweet. Yeah. That's what I want to do. So we're gonna go and put that in the Facebook page. And if you guys aren't familiar with what the Facebook page is, it's the same name as the channel. It's Keep Pounding in all caps. So I did a lot of streaming on that page, so go ahead and check that out. You know, if you haven't already. And post. Alright, cool. Now, our social media team is amazing. Let's see what we got here. He allowed the second fewest pressures. Talking about Taylor Moton now. Among the qualified offensive tackles in 2020. That's according to PFF, folks. He ranked third in pass blocking efficiency among qualified offensive tackles in 2020. You know, this is no joke. He started every game at tackle since 2018. He played 100% of the snaps. Let me say that again for people that missed that earlier. He played 100% of snaps. You know why I'm highlighting that right there? Because of all the injuries that we've had on the offensive line. How that man stayed healthy and the rest of them didn't? I would love to know your secrets, Taylor Moton. Please, please, please share them with the rest of the offensive line because we need some healthy linemen on this field. Desperately. We needed something fierce. Every snap, man. I gotta throw in a like for that one. I gotta throw in a heart for that. That's big. People don't understand how big that is right there. That's nuts. Taylor Moton responds with blessings. You see that, folks? Blessings. That's how you respond when you get paid bags. Right there. And you've earned it. That's how you respond. Setting a good example for the rest of the team. Joe Brady responds with a gif of him just spiking the ball. That's funny. I love it. Dude, our social media team is amazing. Have you seen the tweet of the announcement, the official announcement of it. Dude, this is dope. I love our social media team so much. Oh, guys. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I definitely encourage you to check that out and give that a like. Show some love to these people, man, that make some of this stuff. Man, let's see. Brian Burns says we have a sack competition, so be ready for that. And Reddick says yes, indeed. Ooh, oh boy, get ready to see some sacks this year, folks. Man, let's see what else we got here. We're talking versatility. The most versatile players. You're looking at Jeremy Chin. You're looking at Christian McCaffrey. Mm-mm. Chin on a fin. That's good right there. Jeremy Chin on a fin. You got the elf on the shelf, and then you got Jeremy Chin on a fin. Dude. They were gonna do there were four choices in the poll. And one of them was like UFO, scuba diving, off a top rope, and then chin on a fin. Oh my god. I love this social media team so much, man. They're so good at what they do. And then option E, Super Mario coin jump. Pixels were 10 out of 10. Can we please get a chin on a fin wallpaper? Yes! Yes, please! Dude, advertising team, if you're listening, please make that a thing. I want a wallpaper of that. Dude, that's crazy. Yo! That's some funny stuff right there. Oh my god. 10 out of 10 for sure. Man, you just never know what you're gonna see though. That's funny. Pre-event, event, and post-event workers. Hmm. Okay, so they're looking for uh event staff right now. Oh, okay. This is a video of Christian McCaffrey, and this is against the Broncos. Oh man, week 1 of last year, just completely out jukes their linebacker. He just had never had a chance. He had zero chance. Goes out for a hook route, sends that hip, that turn, and that was all she wrote. You know, you're not gonna stop him. You're not gonna stop the CMC. You're just not. All right, so the soccer team is officially signed their head coach for Charlotte FC. So for those that don't know, it's Miguel Angel Ramirez. So congrats to him. And NFL Network's Cynthia Freeland listed Sam Darnold as one of her top breakout candidates for 2021. Now, for those that don't know, in 2015, I was a huge supporter of NFL Network, and they were really, really promoting us during 2015. Like it was nuts. There were videos, there were interviews, there were just it was all over the place about us at 15. And I mean, you went on in a CBS, you went on Fox, you know, in all the major normal networks, you didn't see a thing. You didn't see a thing. Maybe a small article detailing how we won that week, but that was really it. You know, the newspapers were covering us like crazy. NFL Network was covering us like crazy. That's what we need to get back to, right there. That was the golden year for me. Watching this team had depth, it had everything that we needed. That was the golden year. And I'll continue to say that because I truly believe that. Um, hmm. I mean, I don't know. We're still sticking it out with Will Greer. And I don't know about that, man. I like the guy. I do. He's a good guy, but I don't. We'll see about that one. All right. I think I've exhausted everything that's on Twitter. All right, yeah. Let's look at that Panthers schedule. Now, we are looking at the Jets first. That's a win. Everybody knows that. Come on. Just don't have anything anymore. The Saints in week 2. Now, that's when the injuries are going to start happening. It is the Saints because we all know how dirty the Saints like to play. Same with the Falcons. You know, it's a division rival. They're going to go hard. That's where we got to start taking all these precautions and looking at injuries. Because we don't. It's going to be a long year. Houston Texans. Now, that game, again, will depend on Deshaun Watson, whether he plays or not. We can still handle him, you know, even if he does play. But we got to be prepared for both instances, though. Dallas Cowboys, week 4. That's not going to be a fun one either. That's in Dallas. I believe that we could win, though. Now, the Eagles and Vikings are the trap games. These guys may look like they're beatable, but they may give us a little bit more trouble than we think they will. You know, we got them back-to-back weeks. Giants should be a win. Falcons should be a win. I'm not worried about that one. New England, come to our stadium. You know, we got a chance at 10 wins here. Cardinals should be a win. Washington should be a win. Miami should be a win. But don't underestimate the Dolphins during that playoff run time because they do get a bit more feisty as a team during that time. So, you know, don't completely throw them under the bus and say, oh, that's an easy win. No. There are no easy wins in the NFL, folks. I can say wins, but I'm not going to say easy wins. Ever. You'll never hear me say easy win. Not even against the Jets. Because I mean, look at the Jets, man. They ended up like 8 wins or something like that last time out. That was with Darnold. You know, so don't count your chickens before they hatch, folks. Don't say it's an easy win. You know, Buffalo Bills. You know, Buffalo Bills is gonna be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Buffalo's been loading up on our players that we didn't want, and they know how to use some of these players. By the way, that's gonna be tough. That whole last month. December is going to suck. I just have to warn you guys, December is going to suck on our schedule. We got the Buccaneers twice in December. We better get our wins in before that happens. We got the Bills and the Saints in that mess too. Oh man. And the Saints in the dome? You better hope we get our wins before that happens. Before we get to that bye week. We cannot sit around and expect to get wins in December this year. There's no. Guys. I'm going to say this as plainly as I can. We can't just afford to sit by and expect ourselves not to get enough wins by December to get into the playoffs. Because once we hit December, we're not getting another one. I can already tell you we're not getting another one. After the Falcons, we're screwed. Because the Bills will come in blazing hot, as they always do. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. They got Tom Brady. Come on. And they're only getting better. Super Bowl champs. New Orleans Saints in the dome in New Orleans. What's our history in New Orleans? Not good at all. I can tell you that right now. It's not good. So, you add all those factors together, that's 4 straight losses in December, ladies and gents. That's not a good picture. We have got to get our wins before week 14. We got to get them. We can't just expect to get a win in December and say, oh, well, now we're in the playoffs. No. Every time we get lazy during the regular season schedule, it always comes back to bite us in the butt in December. Every time. Every time. Mark my words, look at the schedules. Look at the results. Half our problem is injuries. The other half is expecting to get wins in December versus those tough opponents and division opponents in December. You think I'm lying? Look it up. Yeah. As of right now, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 potential wins by week 12. 10 potential wins, we could get 8. Realistically, I'm thinking 8. And you guys know what teams I'm looking at, too. You know, it's not a secret. That's 8 wins if we escape all the traps. 8 wins is not enough going into December. It's not enough. We get 9 wins, we're out. That's simple. We gotta have 10 to compete for a wild card spot. 10. Not 9. Not 8, 10. Stop settling. Now, if we got injuries, that's understandable. But if we're going into December saying, oh, well, we'll just get these wins in December, not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's just one game. You know, we'll drop this L right here. It's fine. We'll just get this win in December somewhere. That's the old Ron Rivera mentality. That's what kept us out of the playoffs. You know, that's the old John Fox mentality. You know, getting real sick of it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting sick of it. Everybody here wants to be in the playoffs now. We have not been. Oh, man. We have not been a contending playoff team since the Super Bowl in 15. Not a contending team. What do I mean by a contending team? A team that can actually beat a wildcard team. A team that can actually beat a divisional opponent. A team that can actually go further than the first round of the playoffs. That's what I mean by a competitive team. Not getting lucky, but by winning by skill. Because we've got depth. Because we've got talent. Because we've got skill. Because we'll have a roster full of players that are ready to step up. And we don't lose any. We don't lose any progress when that happens. Man, I'm ready. I'm ready to see us go to the playoffs. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready. I've been beyond ready to be a contending playoff team. We're in the second year of Matt Rule. It's time. We're not going to make a Super Bowl run, but I can tell you, we can make a playoff push right here this year. We can do it. We got to want it. We got to want it and not settle. And what do I mean by settling? Exactly what I said a minute ago. Don't just be lazy and say, oh, well, we'll get those wins later. No. We need to get them now. Take it one game at a time. Focus on only that game. Try to win that game. And that's what Matt Rule is doing. Y'all don't see it. He even said it in press releases. He said it in press conferences, folks. This is what he's doing. This is the right mentality to take. We have been sitting on so much talent in the past 2 years. It's time. All right, so let's continue on. Let's see what else is out here. Okay. So far, so good. Positive reactions. Whoa! Brian Burns, the Spider Burn sends out a warning to opposing offenses. Pick your poison. Oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see this one. Alright. They're talking about Reddick. He's gonna add a lot of versatility, honestly, so can I. Having both of us on the edge, they're gonna have to pick their poison. They can't double team both of us. Or the guys in the middle. We added a lot of great additions to this defense and to this team in general. I really do think he's going to do great things for us. We also have a little sack competition, so y'all be ready for that. That comes from Spider Burns himself. Ooh wee! We got a little sack competition. Oh, that's what we like to hear right there. And with Jeremy Chan added to that mess, good luck. Okay, insider breakdown what the Panthers are getting with tight end Tommy Tremble. Okay, what he is, Tremble is an athletic player who made a name for himself as a versatile and ferocious blocker. Despite being just a touch over 240 pounds, Tremble is as effective blocking on the edge as he was in a wing alignment, in the slot, or as a fullback. He explodes off the ball, shows excellent punch and lower body power, and Tremble does a great job working his legs through contact. Wow. His athleticism aids in ability to dominate as a blocker. Tremble consistently wins off the line. He's effective getting to the second level and to the perimeter, and he can work to overtake defenders on outside runs. Just as a junior, Tremble needs to improve on blocking angles, at least from a consistency standpoint. Now, this is from Fan Nation page. That's what they're saying. What he can be. Tremble has a lot of more potential in the passing game than he showed at Notre Dame. He missed all but one game of his senior season and redshirted as a true freshman. This past season, he caught 8 passes for 104 yards for the first 2 games, and then disappeared after that. There's more about him being designed as part of the pass game, and Tremble's route percentage dropped over 10% in 2020 from where it was in 2019. So what that tells me, folks, is that we're getting a tight end blocker. We're not getting a tight end receiver necessarily. He can do both, but what we signed him for was blocking, mostly. To open up some lanes for Christian McCaffrey on the outside, open up lanes for Curtis Samuel, to open up lanes for our backup running backs. That's what he was signed for. So what they're saying is the Panthers basically have 2 options with Tremble. Option 1 is to simply take advantage of what he does well and use him primarily as a blocker. Option 2 is to put in overtime to improve his route technique and focus in order to allow him to use his speed, foot quickness, and above all, average ball skills more effectively in the passing game. If Tremble's pass game production matches his athletic skills, he could end up being a steal. He could end up being a steal. I don't know. I don't know, man. You got to sell me on him. You got to sell me on him in training camp. I like him though. So let's talk about Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard was supposedly a huge steal um, in day 3. Now, here's my question. If he's such much of a steal, why did he end up in day 3? Was he projected there? Or did he just not project? Or did teams just not want him? It really makes me wonder. Because you talk about steals when it comes to running backs. There were a lot of good running backs in this draft. I'll give you that. Um, so yeah, I could see him going that early third round, third day of the draft. Um, yeah. My question though is that where he was projected to go? Late second round, third round, fourth round area. I would say like late fourth round probably. Because you look at day 3, you're looking at what? Rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anybody that wasn't taken in the first 2 rounds is going to be day 2 and day 3. And it can vary once you get into that day 3. So there's some people that say Chuba Hubbard is going to make the biggest splash for us. I don't know, man. I'll have to check him out in training camp and see what he does. I like him. I'm not going to lie, I like him. But I'm not going to say that he's going to make a huge splash, but we'll see. We'll see. And Brian Burns says, we want to give the Bucks a run for their money in 2021. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spider Burns. That's the words of motivation we need to hear right there. And y'all listen to Spider Burns right now. The only thing is, man, you got to be careful if you're running your mouth in the NFL because those other teams see this stuff too. You know what I mean? It ain't just the Bucks. The Saints see it. The Falcons see it. And they're going to come after you. They are physically going to find a way to battle you if you open your mouth too much. They're going to target you specifically. And that's why I'm just sitting there like, I don't know if I would do that. But, yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of people just posting a bunch of nonsense, because it's that time of year. We're not. I'm not expecting to see anything that's like too serious here. Unless people just like randomly post something important. How many of y'all saw Panthers Confidential? Question on that. Let's see. I mean, it's been a quiet year. Alright, we got people talking about fantasy football in year two. And my thought process is, I am not afraid to go after a Panthers player if I feel confident enough that I know they're going to get me points. I actually did it last year. I actually went for, I think it was Shaq. No, it wasn't Shaq. It was one of our linebackers. I know that. I think it actually was Shaq that I put in my fantasy team. He actually did pretty well. Towards the end of the year. The last time I did fantasy last year. And just so everybody knows, I did get second place last year. Now, I'm going to be running with Brian Washington's Yahoo Fantasy League 2. That's by invite only, though. That's the one I got second in, and the one I won the year before. I'm going to be participating in that one, too, as well as this channel's Fantasy League. If you went in on that, please comment below. Let me know that you're interested in it. And again, top 3 winners get that signed booklet from training camp with a letter from me congratulating them on their success and for participating with the names and numbers of the players that I get to sign it. Now, I can't promise you I'm going to have all the names and numbers in that letter, but I will do my very, very best. So, this is not open to people in Europe. This is only open to people in the U.S. Only the U.S. So, if you are from Europe and you sign up and you happen to be in the top 3, I'm going to skip over you as far as getting the booklets, but I will give you a signed letter. That and that signed letter will be through a picture on social media. I can't ship over to Europe. I'm sorry, guys. But hey, if you're in the US though, you get top 3, send me that address. That booklet and that letter are yours. If you earn it. You gotta earn it, folks. You gotta earn it. Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun here. Alright, who would you have in your Carolina Panthers Mount Rushmore? That's the question I'm gonna ask people. Who would you have in it? I'm not gonna answer mine. I want you guys to answer that question. Throw it in the chat, throw it in the comments, let me know. I want to discuss one more thing. Cam Newton's shoulder. Can we just discuss that right now because that's relevant? He says that when he injured his shoulder, that was against the Chargers. He throws it in, at the 4-yard line, and goes and makes the touchdown saving tackle, and injures his shoulder while doing so. And Cam was quoted as saying, after that bleep San Diego game, ever since then, bro, it's been a part of me that's been like a wounded dog. Like a wounded dog. Man. If that ain't a way to describe it. Wow. That's interesting. Because if you look at how we mismanaged him in other ways, and I'm going to say this again for people because I don't think people truly understand this. He thinks he's truly healthy. I'm going to say that shoulder's about 95% healed. You're never going to get 100% out of him again. 95% though, 90%, 90 to 95%, somewhere around that range. That's what you're looking at. That's your best you're going to get. And Cam can do some work, even with just that. Okay, so we got a quote from Morgan Fox on Derek Brown. I've been around some of the greatest big guys in the game, and he 100% has all the traits to be one of the best. Wow. Wow. Morgan Fox, man. That's big. Carolina was in desperate need of Denzel Perryman. I don't know if we were in desperate need, but I mean, we needed a middle linebacker for sure. We were in desperate need for the position of middle linebacker. I don't know about Perryman specifically, though. Hey, Greg Olson's son is looking a lot better. He's so happy. Dude. That's really incredible to see that right there. Post transplant. Dude. That's the happiest thing you're gonna see. Honestly. And we have the top 10 wide receivers in the NFC South. We got Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley. DJ Moore comes in fourth. Chris Godwin comes in fifth. Robbie Anderson in sixth. Now think about that. We've got two Panthers wide receivers sitting right there in between those Bucks wide receivers in the top five, in the top seven. Bruh. Then you're looking at Antonio Brown, then Scotty Miller, Russell Gage, and then David Moore. Which I'm surprised David Moore got up on that list. But he did have a really good year. Robert the Rocket and Spider Burns. Alright, so we have an ESPN announcer that actually believes in us. Dan Oakley. Ovsky. Orlowski. I can't even pronounce that last name. I apologize for butchering it. We'll just call him Dan. Let's see. He says that we're improved on both sides of the ball, and that's going to make us a contender. Okay, so Greg Olson on Terrence Marshall wearing the 88. This is something I wanted to bring up. Greg Olson was like, I'll be honest, I had mixed feelings about it. I mean, that's fair. And we haven't shown any indication that we're going to be retiring any numbers. That's a good point. That comes from Jeremy Rohrer. Good point, dude. Because that is true. Okay, so here is Greg Olson on disrespect for the tight end position. He said we have to do the same S that $15 million left tackle has to do and run routes against the same guy that $15 million wide receiver has to run routes against. And they're going to pay us $7 million. What do y'all think? Does he have a point? What do y'all think about that one? I think he's right, folks. I have to agree with you. Adam Shine from NFL.com says the 03 Panthers came out of nowhere to make a Super Bowl, and this year's bunch has enough intriguing young talent to do the same and win. Ooh. What do y'all think about that? Y'all think we got enough talent? Y'all think we got enough depth to pull it off? I don't know, man. I'm not saying I'm a doubter, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, I'm a realist. What you're going to get out of me is realism every time. I'm going to tell it to you straight on this channel. That's what I do, and if I believe we have a shot at something, I'm going to tell you we have a shot at something. Or I believe that we have a shot at something. If I don't believe that we have a shot at something, I'm going to tell you that too. Straight up. If I feel like I'm not sure, then I'm going to tell you I'm not sure. So, again, first look, we're looking at anywhere between 6 and 10 wins. That's first look before I've even hit training fields. That's before I've even hit Spartanburg to look at these guys. Once we get halfway through training camp, then I'm going to do another evaluation. I'm going to put a video up on YouTube here and on the channel, and I'm going to let you know. This is how I feel about this. This is how I feel about that, and that'll be that, However I feel at that point is still not completely reflective of what I think is going to happen during the regular season. That final training camp video will be the factor. Once I put out that last video after training camp is over, reevaluating our season, reevaluating our talent level, then one that counts. And you could track that one from there. Because what I do is I do starting from the end of the draft, I put up a rating of what once the schedule is out, I put out the first video review, what I think we might be able to do. Then we get into training camp. You'll see one more video at the middle of training camp, review-wise. Then, after training camp, you'll see your last and final preview video of what we're going to do during the regular season. Then, during week 3 of the regular season, that's when we reevaluate how we're doing, what could happen, what my predictions might be, and how things are going to go after that. Halfway through the season, you'll see another one. 3/4 of the way through the season, you'll see the last one. That's how that rolls. So, expect those videos around those times. I'm not going to say exactly when those videos will be going out during those weeks, because I have busy schedules. So you never know what, but it will happen those specific weeks. That I can guarantee. And I'm very on schedule when it comes to that, as much as I can be. The last couple of years have been very, very busy as of lately, dealing with a loss of a family member, who was sick during that time before he passed. But you know, it's been a busy few past year and a half really. So I got kind of off track a little bit there. I got behind, and I just want to apologize for that. Um, but yeah, once training camp starts, you'll start seeing some videos popping out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get back out there again. Yeah, and to me, it's not about the heat. It's not about the joy of scouting and all that. That I do. I'm my own personal scouter of the players. I'm not officially licensed or anything, but I like to do it for personal reasons for the channel, and I was doing that even before I started the channel. So, but I do this because I really just enjoy watching the team and trying to get the best 53-man roster that we could possibly get. With my suggestions included. And hopefully people are listening that really do care about my opinions and what they think uh, as far as who I value, who I don't value as much, and why. Hopefully that's a thing. So, hopefully that continues to be a thing. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into this live stream. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit the bell so that you know when I go live, when I post videos, such and such. Because we're about to hit um, that point, man, where those videos are going to start popping out. So you're going to want to make sure that you're subbed and that bell is clicked. Now, I can't always guarantee that YouTube is going to give you notifications, but as long as you've liked and subbed, it should, along with the bell. It almost guarantees it. Alright, so, that being said, I say we end this stream right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, keep pounding. Alright, guys, so y'all have a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Peace.